dance under the moonlight. In a fairway, an ancient forest, there was a mysterious little lake illuminated by the moonlight, a secret gathering place for all the creatures of the woods. The forest was home to a group of joyful little animals. The liveliest and most curious of whom was a deer named Amy. Amy had dazzling golden antlers and warm brown eyes. She was always full of curiosity about the world around her. Every full moon night, a splendid dance party called the Moonlight Dance took place by the little lake. All the small animals would wear their most beautiful outfits, sing and dance, and enjoy this wonderful time together. Since she was little, Amy had dreamed of taking part in this event because she had heard that at this dance there was a kind of magic that could make any sincere wish come true. However, she was still too young and wasn't allowed to attend. This year, Amy had finally grown up, and she was filled with excitement and anticipation as she prepared to welcome her first moonlight dance in her life. Just as Amy was about to choose flower decorations for the dance, a clever little fox named Felix came over. Felix was known as a mischievous creature in the forest, always venturing around and knowing every secret in the wood. Felix excitedly said to Amy, "Did you know, Amy? Tonight's moonlight dance has a special challenge. It's said that only by passing this challenge can you get the chance to request the magic to make a wish come true." Amy felt both excited and nervous upon hearing this news. She had never attended a dance or any challenge like this before. "What's the challenge?" Amy asked. Felix blinked his clever little eyes and said, "It's a dance competition. Legend has it that the moon goddess will choose the most graceful dancer at the dance and grant them a." Although Amy loved to dance, she had never performed in front of others, which made her feel uneasy as time passed. The moonlight dance drew closer. Amy decided to ask for help from her good friend, a clever squirrel named Miner, who had previously earned the title of best dancer at the dance. She danced lightly and gracefully, and was very willing to help Amy. Over the next few days, Amy and Mina practiced together in a clearing in the forest. Mina taught her how to control her breath, how to turn gracefully, and how each movement needed to be precise and natural. At first, Amy was often clumsy, but with Mina's patient guidance and encouragement, she gradually made a lot of progress finally. On the night before the Moonlight danced, Amy sat quietly by the edge of the lake, gazing at the moon's reflection on the water. She knew that tomorrow would be her big day to show herself. Feeling both excited and nervous. On the night of the Moonlight dance, the forest's small animals gathered one by the mysterious little lake. They came with hopeful hearts, wearing all sorts of bright outfits, their sparkling eyes reflecting the moonlight shimmering on the water. Amy wore a dress woven from various wildflowers and a headdress made of sequins and small stones, looking both innocent and elegant. Felix and me also wore specially made dance costumes and looked very. The little animals gathered in a circle, chattering excitedly, waiting for the dance to begin. Before long, a pleasant flute sound rang out, and all the little animals fell silent, focusing on the dance competition about to start. The moon goddess's messenger, a beautiful silvery white owl, flew slowly to the center. Her eyes twinkled wisdom. She announced in a graceful and deep voice, "Welcome to the Moonlight dance. Let our dance competition begin. Please dance from your hearts, showing your grace and beauty." The dance competition began officially, and each animal took turns entering the center of the circle, dancing along with the wonderful music. Amy watched the other little animals dance lightly, feeling her heartbeat quicken, her nervousness growing stronger as her turn approached. Finally, it was Amy's turn. She took a deep breath, summoning up courage to step into the center of the circle. As the music started, she closed her eyes, recalling everything Mina had taught her slowly. She began to sway to the rhythm, gradually forgetting about her surroundings and feeling her body freely dancing with the music. Amy's dance grew more and more confident. She gracefully turned, leapt with ballet steps, and smoothly transitioned into more complex moves. The other animals began to whisper. In amazement, Amy's dance dazzled them. When the music ended, Amy's breath was slightly hastened, but her face was filled with an unprecedented confident joy. As she opened her eyes, she saw all the animals applauding her, and her heart swelled with immense happiness and fulfillment. Amid the applause of all the little animals, the silvery white owl blacked the center of the stage. Her eyes swept over all the excited little faces. After some deliberation, the owl announced with solemn and mysterious voice, "Tonight, we've witnessed many graceful and beautiful dances, but there's one little friend whose dancing deeply touched the heart of the moon goddess." The whole area fell silent. All eyes were on the owl, and the little animals held their breath, waiting for the results. "That friend is aiming," the owl announced. Amy could hardly believe her ears. She was stunned for a few seconds, then was almost too excited to jump. The watching little animals once again burst into warm applause, and everyone came over to congratulate her. After that, the owl continued. Amy's dance was full of emotion and vitality. She will receive a special opportunity to request Moon Goddess to make a wish come true. The moonlight by the lake grew brighter, as if the entire forest was celebrating this moment. Amy felt a whirlwind of emotions. She had never expected to receive such an honor, and now she had the chance to make her most sincere wish. With all the lamb animals watching, Amy walked to the edge of the lake, gazing at the calm water surface with the moon's reflection visible. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath. "Dear Moon Goddess, please help me make a wish." Amy spoke slowly, her voice small but filled with determination and sincerity. "I hope that our forest can always remain peaceful and beautiful, undisturbed by the outside world, so that all the little animals can live happily and harmoniously." After speaking these words, Amy slowly opened her eyes and looked at all the young friends gathered by the lake. There seemed to be a magical atmosphere in the air, and the moonlight at that moment became exceptionally gentle and bright. Just then, a gentle breeze swept over the lake, causing the water to ripple gently, and the stars in the sky seemed to twinkle, as if cheering for Amy's wish. This sight made all the little animals feel an unprecedented sense of wonder and sacredness. They knew that the moon goddess had accepted Amy's wish. After that magical night, the atmosphere in the forest seemed to change subtly. Every day when the sun rose and shed warm sunlight, all the little animals seemed happier and more harmonious, helping each other, sharing food, and enjoying good times together. Amy found that since that night, everyone seemed more united, and there were far fewer arguments and misunderstandings. Everyone was working hard to maintain peace and beauty in the forest. As time went by, Amy gradually understood that her wish had been fulfilled, not only because of her excellent performance at the dance, but more importantly, because her wish itself was full of love and a sense of responsibility for everyone's well-being. Her wish was not just about personal gain, but for the entire forest's welfare. This selfless was truly accepted by the moon goddess. Amy also learned an important lesson: that giving brings more joy than receiving. Her understanding not only influenced herself, but also infected all her young friends. They began to consider more how to contribute to the forest and others, rather than only focusing on personal gains and losses. Slowly, Amy became a small leader in the forest. She often organized the little animals to clean up the forest, help the injured animals, or solve problems they encountered. She always encouraged everyone to protect their shared home and turn the forest into a paradise that every animal dreamed of. As the seasons passed, the Moonlight dance continued to be held on every full moon night, becoming an unchanged tradition in the forest. Amy was no longer the inexperienced little deer. She had grown into a young leader with both wisdom and passion in the forest. One warm night many years later, Amy took her children to the Moonlight dance. She watched the little deer dancing joyfully under the moonlight, tears shimmering in her eyes. She was grateful for her courage to stand on that stage that night, grateful for the changes that night had brought, and most of all, grateful for the contributions of every little animal to this beautiful hall. As the dance ended, Amy and her children looked at the gently swaying lake, the moon still shining brightly. Amy deeply understood that the peace and beauty of this forest would continue to be guarded by her and her next generation, a legacy more important than any precious treasure. In the mingling of starlight and moonlight, Amy firmly believed that her choice had already paved the bright path for the future of the forest. The Forest Concert. Deep within a magical and lush green forest, a variety of animals lived. Each one of them had unique talents and hobbies. And the most popular event in the forest was the annual Forest Concert. This year, the concert was fast approaching, and all the animals were very excited and looking forward to it. On a sunny morning, Little Rabbit, Bobby, and his friends gathered under the big oak tree. Bobby was a very lively and adorable little rabbit who loved music, especially playing the flute this year. Bobby decided to perform a special piece at the concert, hoping to not only showcase his talent, but also convey an important message about protecting the forest and nature. Bobby and his friends discussed the details of the concert, planning to use their respective talents to make this concert an unforgettable event. Little Bear Bruce was skilled at playing the drum, while Owl Ollie was a talented pianist. Everyone was actively prepared, hoping to present the best performance to all the forest residents. During the preparation, Bobby realized that his beloved flute was missing. This made the little rabbit very anxious, because without the flute, he couldn't participate in the upcoming concert. He decided to seek help from his good friends. Ollie and Foxify all promised to help Bobby find the missing flute. They collectively recalled where Bobby had last used the flute and potential places it could have been placed. After some discussion, they decided to split up and search different corners of the forest. Bruce went to the north of the forest. Ollie flew up to the treetops for a careful observation, and Fifi explored the bushes during their search. They encountered small animals, asking them if they had seen Bobby's flute. Everyone was very friendly and expressed a willingness to help. It was then that Fi found some clues in a patch of bushes, some strange footprints, and a flute pack. Seeing these things, Bobby started to recall that he had been playing with his friends here and might have accidentally lost the flute. Upon hearing this news, all the animals joined the search, exploring the forest together in the hope of finding the flute before the concert began. This search became a great adventure for the entire forest. While helping Bobby, they also deepened their friendships with each other. As time passed, the date of the concert was getting closer, but the flute still hadn't been found. Bobby felt very discouraged because he worried that without the flute, he couldn't bring wonderful music to his forest friends. However, encouraged by his friends, Bobby decided not to give up and continued searching, starting to think about what else he could do if the flute wasn't found. Just then, Mr. Fox, a wise and experienced character, came to Bobby and Mr. Fox told Bobby that true art didn't just come from tools like the flute, but from the performer's heart. He encouraged Bobby to try expressing his musical talent in other ways, inspired by others. Bobby decided to try creating music with his voice, such as making instruments out of leaves or simply humming melodies. At the same time, other animals started making their own instruments with natural materials. Ants used twigs to hit hollowed wood for drum sounds. Squirrels used stones and branches to create rhythms. And even the normally shy little deer joined in by lightly tapping the ground with its hooves. In this way, the entire forest turned into a large natural orchestra. In this mood of unity and creativity, even though Bobby's flute hadn't been found, all the animals looked forward to the upcoming concert even more. This concert, although different from previous ones, was sure to be a special and unforgettable experience for everyone. Finally, the day of the concert arrived. Although Bobby's flute was still not found, the entire forest was filled with an atmosphere of anticipation. The animals prepared many creative performances, and every corner was filled with homemade instruments and cheerful sound. Just a few hours before the concert, little squirrel Sally, in a fortunate coincidence, found Bobby's flute in a high oak tree hollow. It turned out that after that day of playing, Bobby had accidentally left the flute in the tree hollow. Sally hurriedly brought the flute to Bobby and the others. Bobby was extremely excited and grateful when he saw the recovered flute. He hugged the flute tightly, thanking all his friends for their help. Even though they had prepared for the situation without the flute, now that they had found her, Bobby felt more confident that he could bring a wonderful performance. The concert officially began, and Bobby took the stage first, playing the special flute. The melodious flute sounds echoed through the forest, touching the hearts of every animal. Other animals joined in, accompanying with their homemade instruments. The music in the forest gradually fused, forming an unprecedented musical feast. This concert not only showcased Bobby's musical talent, but also reflected the unity and cooperation among the forest residents. Through this event, all the animals, whether in the process of finding the flute or spontaneously creating instruments, learned the importance of teamwork and experienced the joy of sharing and helping others. In this atmosphere, the concert reached its climax. As the concert progressed, all the animals in the forest were immersed in deep friendship and beautiful melodies. After the concert, everyone sat together, discussing this unique experience. Each one had different feelings and takeaways, but what they all shared was sincere joy and satisfaction. Bobby specifically thanked little squirrel Sally for finding his beloved flute and deeply realized that while belongings were important, what mattered more were friends around and their help. He also learned that even in situations with limited resources, creativity and teamwork could still create a remarkable result. At the same time, this event deepened the animals' understanding of using and respecting natural materials. They used elements from their surroundings to make instruments, not only conserving resources, but also strengthening their appreciation for nature. This process taught them that even ordinary branches and stones could become tools to create beautiful music. In addition, Mr. Fox's teachings also sparked deep thoughts in many animals. The expression of art and beauty didn't just exist in perfect tools and conditions, but was also reflected in the passion and creativity of the performer. This concert was not just a performance, but also a realization and understanding of life's philosophy. Through this experience, every animal in the forest found their own lesson and inspiration. They began to cherish their relationships with each other and the forest that they cohabited. As the concert ended, the atmosphere in the forest reached an unprecedented harmony. All the animals sat together under the moonlight, sharing their stories and experiences of the night. Laughter and singing filling the entire forest. In this warm atmosphere, Bobby let go of all his worries, deeply feeling the importance of friends and community. On that night, not only was Bobby's flute recovered, but every animal's heart was filled. They made a pledge to hold such a concert again next year, making it a traditional annual event in the forest. The animals slowly dispersed, returning to their respective homes, filled with anticipation and dreams for a bright future. The entire forest slumbered quietly under the starry night, but every corner echoed with concert's voices, as if the earth was quietly telling stories of friendship and cooperation, foreshadowing more beautiful and harmonious days to come. The guardian warriors of the stars. In the distant town of Starville, there was a beautiful little village illuminated by the stars, surrounded by dense forests and a clear stream. The villagers lived peacefully and happily. In this village lived a smart and brave little girl named Amy. with her golden hair and bright blue eyes. She was always filled with endless curiosity, exploring the world around her every night. Amy looked up at the bright stars, her favorite being the Twinkler's star. She felt that the North Star held a secret unknown to the world. Amy's grandfather often told her stories about the guardians of the stars, the chosen warriors with the ability to speak with the stars, protecting the village and nature's harmony. On a moonlight night, Amy tossed and turned in bed, her heart filled with the excitement of adventure. Finally, she decided to embark on a journey to find the guardians of the stars, as she had questions that needed answers. She knew it would be an extraordinary journey, but she was ready because she believed she could become a true guardian of the stars. After preparing the necessary traveling gear, Amy quietly left her little house and ventured into the moonlit forest. Her first stop was the mysterious Echo Valley. Legend had it that in this valley, any secret wish would be heard by the stars and echoed back, revealing its answer. Amy walked along the tranquil forest path as the thin moonlight guided her way. Upon reaching the valley, she stood on a large rock, closed her eyes, and softly whispered her wish. Please tell me how to become a true guardian of the star. As her words faded, a soft echo resonated from the valley, gradually becoming clear. Forge ahead. Seek the forgotten lake. Amy opened her eyes to silence surrounding her, but her heart was filled with determination. Continue her adventure. Amy passed through the endless woods and finally arrived at a mysterious lake surrounded by lush vegetation, the Forgotten Lake. Its clear water revealed a small island at the center. Amy found a shaky little boat and carefully rowed to the island. Upon reaching the island, Amy discovered an ancient stone monument covered in vines. The monument bore strange symbols, seeming recording the secrets of the guardians of the stars. As she tried to decipher the symbols, a gentle breeze blew, causing the vines on the monument to sway, revealing a hidden message. True warriors find strength within their hearts. This discovery gave Amy new insight, prompting her to search for more clues. As she explored further, she found a huge silver tree at the center of the island. Its trunk smooth as a mirror, and its branches shimmering with a silver glow under the moonlight. As she approached for a closer look, the trunk slowly opened, revealing a small cave. Bravely, Amy entered the cave. Its walls embedded with glowing stones, emitting a gentle and mysterious light. Though the cave was not deep, its air was ancient and mystical. She cautiously explored until her gaze fell upon a small stone platform on which rested a thick book and an ancient compass. Approaching the platform, she carefully picked up the book with guidance of the stars engraved in golden lines on the cover. As she opened, she found methods of using the power of the stars in the history of the guardians of the stars. Every page she turned emitted a shimmering golden light, as if the stars were communicating with her through the text. Amy was captivated by this knowledge. She realized that becoming a guardian of the stars meant understanding the language of the sky and the positions of the stars, knowledge that would help her protect the harmony of the village and nature. The compass, as described in the book, was an extraordinary tool that could guide her to gate the guardians of the stars. As she picked a compass, the needle immediately began to spin, ultimately pointing her toward the deep forest outside the cave. Following the compass's direction, Amy continued her adventurous journey. After passing through a dense forest, she arrived at a circular clearing surrounded by 9 colossal stone pillars, with a decorated stone platform in the center. Each stone pillar in the clearing bore different constellation symbols, while the central stone platform held a metallic sphere adorned with various gems, shining with the stars in the night sky. Amy felt a strong pull, and as she placed her hand on the metallic sphere, it emitted a warm glow, causing the surrounding pillars to illuminate, turning the entire clearing into a sparkling starlight platform. Standing in awe, Amy felt an incredible power flowing into her being. She had a thought that this might be her final trial to become a guardian of the stars. As the radiance intensified, Amy sensed herself melding with surrounding nature. Suddenly, the clouds in the sky converged, and a dazzling beam of light descended, striking the metallic sphere. Intense vibrations surged through the circular clearing, struggling to maintain balance. Amy felt an unprecedented surge of power coursing through her, heartbeat accelerating as an unfamiliar strength flowed within her. From the clouds, several luminous forms appeared and descended to the clearing. These forms gradually transformed into radiant guardians wearing shimmering armor. Encircling Amy, their warm yet steadfast gazes seemed to silently assess her will and courage. The eldest of the guardians stepped forward. His voice reverberated through the air. Amy, your courage and determination have brought you here. But to become a guardian of the stars, you need a true test. Are you ready? Amy took a deep breath, nodding firm. Her heart filled with determination. The elder guardian smiled and produced a sparkling crystal orb from his robe, pointing to a distant mountain. On the peak of that mountain, there blooms a rare nightlight flower. You must retrieve it before the first light of dawn. Receiving the crystal orb, Amy felt its warmth and power as she bowed in gratitude to the guardians. Then she swiftly set off toward the designated mountain. The forest and mountain trail posed challenges to a would-be guardian, but Amy's focus was unwavering. Solely set on the task ahead. The rugged path and thickets caused Amy to stumble multiple times. Yet she persevered finally at the break of dawn. She reached the mountain peak. Amidst a mysterious blue glow, the unique nightlight flower quietly bloomed, exuding an exceptional beauty. Amy carefully plucked it then with all her might, rushed back to the circular clearing. Clutching the nightlight flower, Amy adjusted her breathing and speed, fully aware of the first light of dawn approaching. Running into the clearing, she found all the guardians awaiting her. upon seeing the nightlight flower in her hair. Their faces broke into relieved smiles. The elder guardian approached, taking the nightlight flower from Amy. He surveyed the surroundings and said, "Amy, with your courage and perseverance, you overcame numerous difficulties, reached your destination, and timely brought back the nightlight flower. This trial tested not only your physical endurance and speed, but more importantly, your mental strength and determination. You've proven your worth, The elder guardian gently placed the nightlight flower on the central metallic sphere. Instantly, the entire clearing illuminated, more dazzling than before. The flower unfolded within the radiance, emitting an incredible brilliance simultaneously. Amy felt a surge of power within her, her hands beginning to glow with the same light as the flower. Continuing, the elder guardian said, "Amy, from this moment forward, you are one of us, a guardian of the stars. Your duty is to protect this village and maintain harmony with the natural world. This power will help you perceive the subtle changes of nature and give you the ability to protect." The guardians encircled Amy, softly singing an ancient oath that echoed in the radiance, blessing her newfound role as a guardian. Amy felt a sense of belonging and responsibility she had never experienced before. Knowing her life had changed. For how to use this newfound power, she felt excitement, tempered apprehension, yet her heart was filled with resolve and hope. As the radiance gradually faded, the guardians, one by one, vanished into the morning light, leaving Amy at the center of the clearing. Deeply inhaling, she surveyed her surroundings, feeling the newfound power within her subsequently. Amy returned to the village. The villagers remained unaware of her adventurous journey, lost in the tranquility of early morning. Walking through the familiar paths, her eyes sparkled with newfound determination and wisdom. As night fell once again, Amy gazed deeply into the starry sky, smiling at the twinkling North Star. She knew her life would be full of challenges, and she was ready, now bearing the mantle of a guardian of the stars, to protect her beloved village and the vast natural world. Henceforth, whenever there were disturbances in the natural world near the village, Amy could sense them, using her newfound powers to maintain balance. The village remained serene and harmonious, and Amy truly became a little hero in the hearts of the villagers. The lost Starlight Village, once upon a time. Deep inside a dense forest, there was a mysterious little town called Starlight Village. The houses there were built with shimmering starlight bricks, and every night the whole village looked like it was covered in a gentle silver glow. In Starlight Village, there was a clever and curious little girl named Ella. Ella had thick golden hair and a pair of curious blue eyes, and her favorite thing to do was to go on adventures in the forest. Every day would take her little cat Musher and explore the unknown corners of the forest, following the winding and twisting paths. In these adventures, Ella and Moshe discovered many wonderful creatures and strange plants, which made every day full of surprises and fun. One day, while playing in a seldom visited corner of the forest, Ella and Moshe stumbled upon a hidden path. The path was concealed behind thick bushes and seemed to lead to an unknown place. Curious, Ella decided to follow the path. The path was quite narrow, with trees getting taller on each side, and sunlight streaking through the leaves, making Macha a bit nervous as they walked. As they ventured deeper, the path suddenly widened, revealing a beautiful little spring. Next to the spring was a smooth large rock, and growing next to the rock was a strange plant. This plant was emitting a faint blue light, and its leaves seemed to be covered with stars. Ella had never seen such a plant before, and she felt excited as she moved closer, reaching out to touch the magical leaf. At that moment, a small animal jumped out from the bushes. It looked like a little fox, but was covered in beautiful green patterns. The little animal seemed very eager, digging frantically with its small paws. Ella and Mocha were startled by this sudden appearance, and Mocha even let out a low warning growl. The little animal stopped and looked at Ella, its eyes showing a pleading expression. Ella understood this was a sign that it needed help. She crouched down and tried to help the little animal dig. Before long, they unearthed a small wooden box with strange symbols carved on it, seemingly filled with ancient secrets. Ella cautiously opened the box and found a delicately wrapped scroll inside. The scroll contained a line of unknown writing that looked like a map. The little animal seemed excited, jumping around as if to show that the map was very important. Ella decided to follow this mysterious map to find the treasure or secret it hid. She carefully rolled up the scroll and said to the little animal, "Let's go see what's there, Gaga." The little animal seemed very happy, nodding his head, and hopped onto Ella's shoulder as they embarked on an unknown adventure. Following the map's directions, they journeyed through dense forests and tangled vines. After a long trek, they arrived at an ancient stone bridge. The map marked this bridge as a must-pass route to the hidden treasure. Ella carefully led the little animal across the bridge, beneath which flowed a clear stream. Beyond the bridge, they entered a shaded grove where the sunlight struggled to penetrate the leaves, creating a mysterious and quiet atmosphere. Along the way, they could occasionally hear distant bird calls and other animal sound. The map led them to an open space with a unique and large rock at its center. Ella examined the rock and then compared it to the map, confirming that this was the marked spot together. She and the little animal began searching for possible clues around the rock. Mocha also showed its keenness, using its paws to uncover a seemingly inconspicuous area of land, revealing a wooden handle. Ella pulled up the handle with effort and discovered a hidden cave. glowing with a mysterious light. They carefully made their way down into the cave, finding a small hollow with walls covered in various ancient paintings depicting a mysterious history. One of the paintings seemed to tell the story of the ancient protectors of Starlight Village, using mysterious plants and animals protect the village. Excited and astonished, Ella and the little animal looked at these paintings, realizing that the treasure they found was not gold or silver, but this precious history and knowledge. At the deepest part of the cave, there was a small wooden altar where a crystal ball, emitting a gentle glow, sat. Approaching the wooden altar, Ella and the little animal reached out to touch the glowing crystal ball. Suddenly, the whole cave started to gently shake, and an unknown energy was released from the crystal ball, surrounding them as the light grew stronger. The cave paintings seemed to come to life, depicting ancient stories with moving animals and plants. Ella tightly held the little animal, and they both felt a warm and powerful force enveloping them. At that moment, the cave shook even more vigorously. Suddenly, a tall figure emerged from the depths of the caves. It was a mysterious being with antlers and human features. Its eyes filled with wisdom and depth, adorned in extraordinary decorations. Speaking with a deep and ancient voice, the being welcomed them and explained the significance of the secrets they had found. The being emphasized purity and courage shown by Ella and the little animal, and expressed the need for new protectors to continue safeguarding Starlight Village. Being with a smile, the being conveyed that Ella and the little animal were now part of the secret. After encouraging them to continue their adventures and protect the sacred land, the being gradually dissipated, leaving only the echoing sound in the cave. Prompted by this new responsibility and the newfound strength, Ella realized the need to understand the duty and how to execute it. After carefully placing the crystal ball back into the wooden box and sealing the scroll, she spent some time trying to comprehend the ancient stories depicted on the cave's walls. She gradually grasped how the protectors of Starlight Village had used special plants and mysterious creatures to shield the village from outside threat. as they made their way back to the village. Ella and the little animal continued discussing their discoveries and the responsibility they were about to take on. Ella realized the importance of sharing this information with the elders of the village to seek guidance and help. She imagined how to pass on this knowledge to other villagers, ensuring everyone's participation in the village's protection. Approaching the village, Ella felt a new sense of confidence. She was no longer just a girl seeking adventures, but had become one of the protectors of Starlight Village with an important mission filled with inspiration and understanding the importance of their decisions. She prepared to start a new chapter as she entered the elders' dwelling. In front of the elders, Ella recounted the extraordinary events and the magical powers of the crystal ball that she and the little animal encountered during their journey. After hearing her story, the elders' eyes showed a mix of surprise and reverence. Subsequently, the elders led Ella and the little animal to the village square. Assembling all the villagers, and shared Ella's discoveries and their new responsibilities. The villagers, initially puzzled, gradually transformed their expressions from doubt to excitement and pride as they listened to Ella recount the incredible stories in witnessing the moon and stars. Ella was formally appointed as the guardian of the stars, responsible for protecting the village and preserving the secret. The little animal was also recognized as the village's little hero, earning the love and respect of the villagers. In the evening, Starlight Village held a grand celebration, rejoicing in Ella's growth and new beginning. The campfire danced in the night sky, and stories and laughter filled the air, surrounding the entire village with joy and hope.